Hello, welcome to my channel, A Blast Budget. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified that I am budgeting. Before I get started, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for budgeting with me today and supporting me during this financial journey as I navigate through how to make my money stretch through the month. And to all of my viewers, I hope after this video you will consider subscribing.
Vibes on vibes, I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your condo lights. You know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill my vibe. No fit kill, them no fit kill. Them no fit kill my eyes are set, full of the stars. Yeah, you shall find her. It's a bad vibe. If you hit your enemies shine. If you're not depend on me, enter the light. Cause you can never kill my vibe. But there is no sacrifices.
Okay, so in today's video, what we are going to be doing, we're going to be closing out week 1 and setting up for week 2. We're actually almost at the end of week 2, so I will be coming back again to film the close out for week 2, and we're going to be setting up for week 3 of July. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This July paycheck budget tracker, it goes from the 1st through the 6th for me. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the inflow. So for source number 1, I actually received $415.85, less than I budgeted. Source number 4 came in at $837. Rollover number 1 from June was $483.81. And my rollover number 2 for my second account came in at more than I budgeted, which is $210.90. I did get source number 4 at $500. And I got source number 3 at $9.80. I don't disclose where my income comes from. I just disclose the amount of income I do receive. So altogether, our inflow total was $2,457.36. So the bills that had to get covered the first week was the rent at $169. Life insurance came out for $31.31. YouTube TV came in at $72.99. OnStar came in at $31.99. Apple Care for my iPad came in at $3.49. My Apple Care for my watch came in at $3.99. Apple Storage did not clear this week. Best Buy did receive $50. The Way received $40. And my water, I did not budget for that this week, but it actually came out at $6.99. This usually come out around the 11th, but they took it out on the 6th, so I just added that in. So all together, our fixed expense total for week 1 was $409.76. So what we had left over was $2,047.60. So I went ahead and brought that down here to our week 1 variable expenses. So for gas this week, we spent $48.28. For household, we spent $7.47. For food out, we spent $6.41. I did not spend anything. My daughter spent $40. My son spent $0. Miscellaneous got $23. And I did have to go get my car washed, and that was $10. So altogether, our variable expense total was $135.16. Leaving us a leftover of $1,912.44. So like I stated previously, I am going to start saving for my sinking funds and my 100 envelope challenge. So we did have $1,912.44 remaining. My emergency got $50. My car maintenance got $40. My car insurance deductible got $30. Gifts, holiday, and travel got $30. Christmas got $20. Mint Mobile got $20. Yearly subscriptions got $10. And my 100 envelope number 1 got $2. And my 100 envelope number 2 got $4. So how I'm doing my 100 envelope challenge, I am actually just doubling up the number that I am saving. So as you can see, for our envelope number 1, we have saved $2. That's double number 1. And for envelope number 2, we saved $4. That's double 2. So altogether, our sinking fund total was $206 even. That left us with $1,706.44. So as you know, we're going to go down here to our extra savings. We have a leftover $1,706.44. So we are rolling over from account number 1, $530.30. And in account 2, we are rolling over $1,176.14. Something is not adding up because these two numbers are supposed to be the same. So now we're going to go ahead and just take my calculator and see what happened. Okay, so as you all can see, the math is mathing. I just made a mistake right here and wrote down this number instead of that number. So we are actually saving 1,700 $1,706.44, leaving us a leftover of 0. Okay, so now that we have that all squared away, we're going to now go ahead and look at week 2. Okay, so as you all can see, we went ahead and flipped over to our week 2 July paycheck budget tracker. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this tracker. First of all, how was you guys' 4th of July? Mine was okay. I stayed at home and watched the fireworks from home. I didn't have any plans. Really didn't have no money to make any plans. So I stayed at home, had a glass of wine, listened to all the fireworks all night, went outside to watch them. And other than that, it was good. I didn't have to spend money on fireworks because they're free, because I see them everywhere. They're all over the place. So that's how my 4th of July went. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our week 2 paycheck budget tracker for July. So this week it runs from July 7th through July 13th. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the inflow section. So for inflow, we have rollover number 1 from account 1, and we have rollover number 2 from account 2. I do plan to bring over gifts, holiday, and travel, and that is about it. So for rollover number 1, we had budgeted $530.30. For rollover number 2, we budgeted $1,176.44. For gifts, holiday, and travel, I do want to take the kids to the water park down the street. I think it's like 30 minutes away from our house. So I am going to be pulling from my gifts, holiday, and travel sinking fund. I'm going to be, this is all lumped in together because that's what I use the money for, either a gift, a holiday, or to travel when we travel places. So this is considered travel to me because we're traveling to the water park. So I am budgeting $190. I don't know if you guys hear that bumping, but it's upstairs, and she leaves her kids alone upstairs at home, so they just do whatever they want to do when their parents is not at home. So it's wild. Okay, so I am going to add up the inflow that I plan to receive for week 2. Okay, so I did get an inflow total of $1,896.74. Okay, now that I got my inflow that I am budgeting to receive, I'm now going to figure out all the bills that I have to pay within this week. So I know for sure within this week I have Netflix that's due. And Netflix is coming out of account 2. And that is due on the 7th. Internet is coming out of account 2 as well, and that is due on the 7th. Apple Stores did not come out last week, like I said, so I'm going to have to put that over here in this week. That was due on the 3rd, and that is coming out of account 2. I do have a Klarna payment that is due on the 8th, and I have another, and that's coming out of account 2, and then I have another Klarna payment that's coming out of account 2, that is due on the 9th. Okay, so we're now going to go ahead and get started with this budget. These are all the bills that I have that is coming out this week. Not much this week. So for Netflix, I am budgeting $6.99. For the internet this month, I am budgeting $91.99. I won't be paying this this amount next month. It will go down. I did get a promotion. I called to let them know I need something lower than this because this is not. I'm not paying $91.99 for internet. So next month, you guys will find out the new price for my internet next month when that bill comes in. For Apple storage, I'm going to budget the $2.99. For Klarna, I am budgeting $60 for one purchase, and the other purchase, I am budgeting $55. Okay, now that we have all our fixed bills and the accounts that these bills are coming out of and all the dates that they're due and the budgeted amount that I do plan to spend on each bill, I'm now going to go ahead and add up the bills that we have to pay for week 2. Okay, so as you all can see, we did get a fixed expense total of $216.97. So what I am going to do is just take that $1,896.74. I am going to subtract our fixed expenses at $216.97. So that do give us a leftover of $1,679.77. So I am just going to go ahead and just bring that down to our variable expenses for week 2. So that is $1,679.77. So I am going to go ahead and write in the variable expenses for week 2. Can see my variable expenses don't really change much. The only time it changes when I'm bringing in savings. So we have gas, household, food out, me, my daughter, my son, miscellaneous, gifts, holiday, and travel. So for gas this week, I am budgeting the normal $60. For household this week, I don't plan to spend nothing in household. I do need to plan for that next week. So food out, I am budgeting $53.35. I do have a pending charge from last week that is going to be rolling over into this week. So I'm budgeting that amount plus the regular $30 I budget every week. So altogether that do equal to $53.35. For me this week, I planned 0, my daughter 0, son 0. I do need to go ahead and take them school shopping. I'm going to do that around the 26th because they do start school on August 5th, which is my birthday. So, I still gotta go do that. So, yeah. Miscellaneous, I am budgeting $30 every week for miscellaneous charges. And for gifts and holidays, I'm bringing in $190 plus I'm going to add another $10. So that is going to be $200. That's for us to get into the water park and for us to eat that day. The tickets cost $25 a piece, and we're a family of 4. And we should not be spending no more than $100 to eat there that I am aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and add up our variable expenses for week 2. 60 plus 53, 35 plus 30 plus 200. Okay, so that do give me a variable expense total of $343.35. So now what I am going to do is just go ahead and take our leftover $1,679.77. I'm going to subtract our variable expenses, $343.35. That do leave us a leftover of $1,336.42. So for sinking funds this week, I'm not stuffing. I've already stuffed my sinking funds for the whole month. I just plan to save about $200 every month plus my variable expenses, so that'll be over $200. So that's already done for this month. I don't have to worry about saving nothing else this month unless I feel that I could and I could afford to save. Like, I don't want to save money and then have to go back into that fund to pay my bills. Like, I don't want to do that. So I'm keeping it on the safe side, and I already saved what I needed to save for the month, so I'm pretty much happy with that. I haven't been really saving this much since like January, February, because that's earlier this year. So I just have to pick myself back up and tell myself you need to start saving money and not spending it on variable expenses. So I'm not saving anything for sinking funds. I'm not doing anything for extra debt. So I am just going to go ahead and bring this $1,336.42 over here to our extra savings. So we do have rollover number 1 and we have rollover number 2. Okay, so as you can see, none of my bills are coming out of account 1 this week, so we're just going to be rolling over the $530.30 because my variable expenses come out of account 2, and my gifts and holidays and travels coming out of account 2 as well. So for rollover number 1, the first account, we have $530.30, and then what I'm going to do is take this number that we have left over, which is $1,336.42. I'm just going to subtract account number 1. So on account number 2, we are going to be left with $806.12. So altogether, our savings total is $1,336.42. None of my pens want to write today. I got millions of pens and they don't want to write. Okay, so we have $1,336.42 savings total, and then we have 0 left over. So what we're going to do with this money is just use it for next week to pay for bills. So this is a look at week 2 paycheck budget tracker. We don't really have much going on but going to the water park this week. Other than that, bills are low. And we have gotten through another week in July, hot July. So I would like to thank you all so much for joining me today in this budget with me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.
Everything was taken, you had to make it. Vibe killer, me and no go take shit.